Some questions are going to be answered today on Roanoke County Public Library's podcast. Find out if I can keep plants alive, how many books are in the bookmobile, and if we're going to have another stuffed animal sleepover.
It's uncontrolled. It's nature. It's wild.
The library has totally got you covered.
It is truly like an ice cream truck, but for books.
Especially, I'm a librarian. I don't know words.
Let's see what happens. It might happen.
Well, I have to cover the page with my hand as I read so that my eyes don't skip ahead.
Library, always so well-rounded.
I know. Welcome to Out of the Office and at the Libraries. My name is Caitlin Gills, Marketing Manager for Roanoke County Public Library, and today I'm joined by M. Portner with the Public Information Office from Roanoke County and Allison Frick with Roanoke County Public Library. And Allison has a special job at the library. She drives our bookmobile. So I thought this episode would be super fun to talk about the bookmobile. So it is almost a year old. It will be at the end of the summer. Last year we launched it at Touch a Truck, which we will be at again at Explore Park in August. If you haven't already, visit our website. You'll see super cute photos of kids in the bookmobile, next to the bookmobile, checking out books and all of that. And I know that just warms Allison's heart. So what's your favorite part about the bookmobile?
Oh, goodness. I like hanging out with kids, and they are really excited to check out a book from the bookmobile because they don't understand that, the library can also travel. So that's one of my favorite things, is to introduce them to our traveling library and to serve some people that may not be able to get to the branches for one reason or another.
Right. That is super fun. And I know that you've been waved to on the road, so I think that's super adorable. And we do have a robot on the back, and it's very branded and recognizable as Roco Words on Wheels, Roco Wow as we like to call it. So next week we'll be at Splash Valley for a special day for summer reading participants. So on Thursday we will be there.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's Thursday, July 18th. All summer reading participants or completers who attend Splash Valley will receive a drawstring bag and a free ice cream coupon to use at the park that day.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be warm next week, just like it is right now. So it's a perfect day to come out to Splash Valley, and that's such a cool park too. How fun is that we have a water park right here in our town?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody said water and books don't mix, and I said we will make it work.
Exactly. Yes, we've got this covered. Plus, people will always be reading by the pool, at the beach. We'll have some perfect reads for sure, and I can't wait to hear what people have been reading this summer. So the bookmobile so far this summer has been to some other parks. I know we've been to some of our recreational areas and Explore Park for sure. What else is coming down?
So we've got this Friday, we're doing our Wow at the Park series. That's been going on through the summer on select Fridays from 2 to 4 p.m. So we will be at Walren Park. Again, that's this Friday, July 12th. Coming up, we'll be at Green Hill Park on August 2nd and Stonebridge on August 9th to finish up the summer reading week. We've also been to Kite Festival in April, and so we participated last year, but this year we had our bookmobile with us, so that was really fun. And then we did the Artisan Saturday on June 1st at Explore Park, so that's always very fun as well.
Yes, I know Explore Park loves having you guys out there, so that is a lot of fun. And then, of course, everything that happens at Green Hill Park. Kite Festival was a lot of fun. You guys made kids could make little kites at the bookmobile, and that's what's so cool is so many of our services can just be packed up into this van and then set up underneath a pop-up tent. And sometimes you have different things in the collection that people can check out or even sign up for a library card. I know people love it when you have a hidden gem item like one of our birding backpacks or Mill Mountain Zoo packs, because it's a secret. So if you've ever seen the bookmobile out in the wild, you would be shocked to know how many books actually fit in that. And plus, I'm not just talking about books. We also sometimes have a pop-up tent and tables and chairs for staff to sit in and whatever else Allison can fit in there. So Allison, how many books do you think are in the bookmobile?
So on any given day, I would guess anywhere from 100 to 200 books, just depending, because based on where we're going, the collection is always changing. So we use milk crates as shelves pretty much. And then if we're going to an assisted living facility, we have large print books, which tend to take up a lot more room. But if I'm going to a preschool, I tend to take just bins of picture books, and so we can fit a lot more of those on there. Plus a couple of tables, some tent weights, a tent, sometimes giant bubble equipment.
Exactly.
A lot fits on there, and it's funny because it's actually a donated van from Parks and Recreation, and it was a work van that just kind of hauled traffic cones and signs. And we had it wrapped at Sun Solutions in Vinton. And turned it into a bookmobile with some dual pickup truck bed sliders that actually slide out and serve as shelves. So they are good for adult shelves, and then we carry a table on board so we can just pop it down and the kids can reach the books.
Right. So Allison's been super creative when it's come to this, because this was a new position for Allison, new position for the library. So we've really we've retrofitted the van, and it works out perfectly. And really, yeah, the wrap, RVTV helped us design the design on that, and everything, it's all just kind of fallen into place. And it's definitely something that we appreciate, being able to go out into the community, because before we would do that, and brand recognition was there, but not as much now. And now we have the van, and I know you've gone to a couple of the elementary schools and done like books and bikes, and like those Title I events, and that's always been fun too. And then it gets the parents involved in the library, knowing, hey, we also offer these services like our Library of Things collections, where they can go to Kids Square for free, or Mill Mountain Zoo, and just, it just gets the word out there, because the library does offer so much. And that's our goal, is to just get the word out as much as we possibly can about all the things.
And it's my job intersects with yours in marketing a lot,
right?
Because a lot of what I do with the bookmobile is just share that, hey, we're not just about books. We do have so much more, and you don't even need to get to a branch to be able to access our materials, our databases, our online resources. You just need a library card. So That's been a big initiative for us, is to increase amount of library cards. So we have been very involved with school events. Of course, we'll get back into it with back to school in August, September.
Yeah, so close.
But yeah, I mean, we're even getting to the point where we can work with, like we recently have been working with Hollins University to have applications scanned to us. So it's very easy. We drop off the cards back to them. We process them for them, and they don't even need to step into a branch to be a library patron.
So the best part is that Allison's right. You can get a library card at any bookmobile spot, just about. So she's got her laptop, she's got everything. So it becomes like your one-stop shop, much like everything that we like to do at the library, is we make one-stop shops to make things easier for you all. So it's just great.
Yeah, I've got my scanner, my computer. The only thing I'm missing is a printer, but honestly, Post-it notes work pretty well for writing down a due date.
That's right.
And the beauty of it is that you can return. Maybe you see the bookmobile in the park on Friday, but say you won't see the bookmobile again all summer. You can return to any of the Roanoke County libraries, Roanoke City, Botetourt, and Salem.
Exactly. Yep. So that is great. Or they can return it to you, because I know that I've pulled up places and I'm like, oh, this book's been floating around. And don't forget, you guys, I drive to the library every day. And I still have, books that accidentally become overdue because they just float in the back of the car, and they're normally kids' books, and they slide underneath things because they're just so little. So here we are. So don't feel bad if you return your books late, because I too do the same.
And if anybody thinks that, I should be stopping at a preschool, assisted living facility, a farmer's market, anything creative, we have a suggest a stop form that Caitlin created for me on the website. So you can just go to Wow Bookmobile under locations on our library website and suggest a stop and say, when should I stop there? Why should I stop there? The contact information, and that goes directly to my email, and I would get back to you to see if that's something that we could set up. So I definitely appreciate the feedback from the community. I couldn't do it without the feedback. So definitely fill those forms out if you think I should go somewhere.
Yep, definitely visit rocolibrary.org or download our app, RVL Mobile, and you can suggest your bookmobile stop for what Allison said, or a big event, or anything like that. So super fun. Another thing that you've been doing is showing up at all of our summer reading parties this year, and people can get badges, not necessarily at those parties, but when they find you in the wild. So don't forget, with our summer reading program, there is the opportunity to get these limited edition badges, and that program goes on through August 10th. So there's still time The bookmobile badge might be one of my favorites. It's a wheel like in a little circle with the bookmobile on the inside. So that's fun. But at our kickoff parties and our summer reading parties, you're handing out branch specific and summer celebrations. So you do have to find Allison in the Wild to get that special bookmobile badge.
And we do have some pretty serious pen collectors out there. We had a tour group come through all 6 of our branches, and I said, well, now your challenge is to find the bookmobile in the wild.
Exactly.
And then after that, when you get your 7th branch pen, you get your special edition RCPL Voyager Gold badge.
It is
so
gold. It's very cool.
That's the elite, the highest level of pens that we offer.
Yep. And when you read your 3 books, you get a bag. So you get to stick that on a bag and, show it all off. So they're fun. Yeah, we do have some like go-getters on these badges. So it has been a great opportunity. And the badge sizes are, we've got the tiny ones. We've got the 3-inch badges. People are loving them. I know my kids really liked the stuffed animal sleepover one, which I too liked because I made it. But it had a panda on it. So, I was like, ooh, my favorite animal.
Yeah, and you still have 3 chances with the summer reading parties to
That's
get
right.
the Celebrate Summer pin. So there were only 6 chances for that. Upcoming, those are at Hollins on July 23rd at 4:30. They're doing a superhero theme party.
That's fun.
Bent Mountain has theirs on Wednesday, July 31st. And that's at 11 a.m. And then Glenver finishes up on Saturday, August 3rd at 11 a.m. So we're going to have a cookout, and the Sheriff's Department will come and be there.
That's what I was going to say. Let's shout out to the Roanoke County Sheriff's Department. They cook our food for us, so they do hot dogs. And it's just a great outreach opportunity for them, gets them, seen at the library. So it's great.
I've done giant bubbles at all 3 of the parties I've been to so far, which are always really popular. All ages love giant bubbles. I think adults love them the most. But I will not do those at Hollins, but coming up at Bent Mountain and Glenver. So if you need to get your giant bubble fix, come on up.
I know. It's so much fun. It's like having fishing poles with, it's not really a fishing pole, but dowel rods with string and giant bubbles. Like, I think a child could fit in some of these, and it's just amazing that it's so easy to do. So it is super fun. So to end the summer reading program, we are bringing back Kona Ice. You can also get a badge for that. Kona Ice will come to Vinton, South County, Hollins, and Glenver, and then we'll have ice cream parties at the smaller branches, Bent Mountain and Mount Pleasant. I personally prefer ice cream over Kona Ice, but that's just me. So that's always fun, and it just kind of is a thank you to the community for partaking in the summer reading program, although you don't have to be registered to come and get your free snow cone. And then we do have another stuffed animal sleepover, which might be my favorite program of all time. And I know I talked about it last time, and it's so innocently adorable. And the children are so excited. The story times are always great. And then watching what our teen volunteer group and our adult, our workers put together to make them or what the animals get into in the middle of the night is just always so much fun. But I'm still shocked that we're in the midst of July, and that we're at 20,000 books almost for summer reading. So our community reading goal was 30,000 books, and we've only got 10,000-ish more. So we're gonna get there. And I think last episode Bailey said I was dyeing my hair purple. I don't know if it'll be purple necessarily, but maybe we will do something crazy. So that'll be fun. You'll have to tune in to see what happens at the August episode. Something that is coming up this week is a Roanoke stop with M, and M's going to follow Allison around as she packs up the bookmobile and heads up to the Catawba's Farmer Market. So you want to talk about that some, Em?
Yeah, I'm really excited. This will be my first Roanoke after taking over for Kaylin Spickler. And I'm a big reader. I love libraries. And it's kind of a very, low stakes one because, we've been talking about doing things at the fire department and the police department, and they're scary people. But librarians are not scary people.
Well, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
When your books are overdue, that might be a different story.
That's right, yeah. Or if you're too loud. No, I'm joking. You can be loud in the library now.
Yeah, so the day that this episode comes out, we'll be headed up to the Catawba's Farmers Market to see what Allison's doing there, but also get up behind the scenes, starting at the Southern County Library, packing up the bookmobile, what goes into getting that ready to roll out. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm very happy to be tagging along.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. I have 2 new staff. I started in January of last year, so I've been here about a year and a half now. It was a brand new department. I do a lot of the outreach and coordinate a lot of the outreach, but I'm really lucky to have 2 new staff part-time on board. So you will be seeing one of them tomorrow. So we'll show you all the physical labor that we go through to get that van ready.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear too, that like the staff is growing around it. You've seen enough support that you're able to hire more people and do more things, because that's what we love to see is the county outreach and being able to actually reach our citizens and show them all of the things that we're able to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we do have a long history with Catawba Farmers Market. One of our staff at Glenver would go out there on a regular basis. We're going out once a month, usually the first Thursday of the month, and we're able to change due dates. So, basically people return their items, so they never have to step foot in the library. Another thing about Catawba, it is one of our most underserved areas as far as the very small portion of data that we've looked at. So we really want to increase library usage out that way, just because we don't have a physical branch, except for Glenver that's out that direction. So the farmers market, I hope, is just a start for that community to be able to access resources.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know it's great up there, and I know we've given away like our mugs and some other cool swag. So if you're up that way and getting fruits, veggies, honey, all that good stuff, be sure to stop by the tent and see Allison and folks. And it's going to be fun tomorrow. So.
Yeah, hopefully not too hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a fool's hope.
Yeah.
Yes, everything I do is weather contingent. You can't step onto the bookmobile, so that's an interesting aspect of my job, is I'm always checking the weather, checking for heat advisories, things like that. I hate to have to cancel events, but if it's too hot for myself or staff, we have to look at that type of thing. But luckily, it's nice and cool at Catawba, and we're up there in the mountains.
It's pretty there. Yep, for sure. So that's fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so I thought we would take the next segment to play a bookish game, and you two can take turns between these would you rather bookish questions. So who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay. Would you rather only be able to read series or standalone novels for the rest of your life?
Standalone.
Interesting. I would choose series.
I don't know. I need something different here and there.
That's fair. Yeah.
I need to change it up.
All right. Would you rather read only one book in a year and remember everything, or read 100 books and remember nothing?
Ooh, I think 100 books and remember nothing, because if you're pacing it right, at least you have something fresh like every day. And
that's fair.
I don't know if I could live with just one book in my head for a year.
That's true, especially if it was one you didn't love.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, Allison, would you rather be stuck in a fantasy novel or a murder mystery?
Oh, murder mystery.
I agree.
Yeah. They usually have good food in those novels. And
so
sometimes
true.
There's even recipes. So
yeah,
I'm all
that's
about
right.
that.
Yeah, you know me. Those are my favorites. Have the recipes, have the murder. I mean, it's great.
Nice and cozy.
Normally an animal, in there somewhere. They got a cat or a dog.
A cat.
Yep.
Always a cat.
Right now it's a dog in the series I'm in. Oh. Yeah, look at that.
Changing it up.
Right? Yeah. Sometimes it's a bird. Who knew?
I don't know. I'll wait for the gecko, maybe.
The gecko. There you go. Yeah, if it becomes a snake, I'll probably be like, I'm out. Or a pet spider. Not my thing. All right. Would you rather loan a book to a friend who will dog-ear most of the pages, or loan a book to a friend who will never return it?
I feel like I would loan a book to a friend who would never return it, only because I'm very used to that. There are so many books that I own that it's like my 3rd or 4th copy buying, because I just love it so much that I give it to friends and then it never makes its way back to me.
That's funny. Have you seen where people loan something to their friends and they're like, hold it up, I'm going to take a picture of it with you?
Oh my gosh, that would be fun.
I know, right? Yeah, but same. So that was fun. Thanks for playing.
I'm that person. I hang on to those books. So
right?
Notorious for that.
That's funny. My husband jokes with me because I don't, we have books in the house, but I don't have shelves upon shelves of books, because I know that I'll read it probably once and be done. And he's like, Caitlin, you work for a library. And I said, yeah, I know. I work for a library, so I can get it and return it. The end.
Yes.
So, yeah. It is what it is. Something new that we've launched at the library that I think this is really cool and useful for anyone, especially in today's age, is Fiero Code. So Fiero Code is our new database available for free with your library card, and it is gamification learn to code. And I'm talking like basic coding, HTML, JavaScript, Python. Keep in mind, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But I know that these are important things, and I do know a little bit of some of these things. But it is a free coding resource, and I know I said gamification, but it's not just for kids. Like, seriously, adults can do it and learn, the basics that they need. Children, of course, can learn. And in the fall or the winter, we're going to launch kind of code camps, and it kind of just walks you through it. Like, staff's just there to help you answer basic questions, but really the software, as it should be, since it's a coding software, is done very well, and it's very user-friendly, like super user-friendly to go through the tutorials and the videos, and you kind of have this little robot man, and you make him do different things. So it's great. I know my son has started doing like basic coding in school or after school or camp, depending, and I just think that this is like a gold mine of information, especially in today's age. So it's called Fiero Code. You can find it on our database webpage, on our website, or on the children's page. I put it up there, and it's on the main page right now, so it's just on a slider. So check it out if you are interested. So since we are towards the end of summer reading, which again, I can't believe it, I thought we would just talk about some of the other events that are coming up. And some of these are newly added. And both actually are at the Glenver Library. So there is going to be Books and Bites happening every Thursday from 11 to 2 at the Glenver Library, and food trucks are going to come by starting July 11th. So I'm super excited about that because who doesn't love a food truck? And then the library, like, you just go inside. And on Thursdays, they always seem to have some form of program at the library. So it's perfect timing, great overlap. So Parks and Rec is putting that on, and we can't wait to see how well it does, because it totally will. And then they are also doing a plant and veggie swap at the Glenver Library on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays the next couple of months. So that's great, because who doesn't love, free veggies? So you can bring some, take some, as well as your plants. So I feel like houseplants are like a big thing right now. Not for me. My poor plant's not doing well in my office at all.
We gave away the free plants on Earth Day.
Yes.
And I have a plant still from that I swear is a vegetable, but they swear at Holland's Library it's a flower of some sort.
Oh.
It's growing, so.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're doing better than me. My little Norfolk pine that I got at Christmas time is just like, I could touch it and the needles are just gonna fall off, and I'm not neglecting it. Like, I had one before COVID, and then I took it home and I planted it in the yard, and it survived. I don't know if it's supposed to be outside, but
It's not.
it's doing good.
It's good.
It's hanging out in the backyard because I couldn't keep it alive at my house. That's the thing. Like, I can keep stuff alive in my office, but not my house. Plants, I'm talking about.
The children are fine.
The children are fine. Yep. Everything else is good. But yeah, I think that's a great event, great community outreach. So be sure to stock up on fruits and veggies and bring them to the Glenver Library and swap them. And then finishing up this week and next, Mill Mountain Theater is going to be at some of the locations. You can find all of these details on our website. They're doing a Flat Stanley program, which I think is super fun. I remember that book as a kid, and it was always one of my favorites. Like, just such a unique concept and so much fun.
We had the program at Bent Mountain this morning, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, what is a Flat Stanley?
Oh, really? Okay, Flat Stanley is a boy that gets pancaked.
Smushed by a bulletin board, according to the musical play.
Yes.
Okay.
And so then he is Flat Stanley, like the sheet of paper, and he travels around the world. And so, like, the thing used to be, like, you'd have these Flat Stanleys. Like, I remember doing this in elementary school. You'd have Flat Stanley and you'd color him, and then for summer vacation you'd take him with you and, like, take your picture with him at Mount Rushmore, wherever you may be. And then, so, Flat Stanley's traveling around the world. So Yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun. So thank you for tuning in to this month's episode of Out of the Office and at the Libraries. I'm Caitlin Gills, joined with Allison Frick and Em Portner. We've had a great time today, lots of laughs, and we can't wait for you to tune in next month.